A lot of people are asking, will the housing market avoid a crash during this recession in 2023? So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinion in the comments down below. But let's have a conversation about this and let's review the data. So I do a video about this. I do a real estate update video on this every month. So once a month, let me give you the updated information for December, and then we could talk about future predictions. So this is a 3-year chart of home prices. The median sale price on a home in December was $388,060. So this is down 9.8% from its peak 7 months ago in May. But you have to remember that there's seasonality contributing to that decline. On average, seasonality brings down home prices by 5.8%. That's important because when you compare December of this year to December of last year, home prices are up 1.3%. Now let's take a look at mortgage interest rates. This is a 1-year chart of the 30-year fixed mortgage rate sourced by Freddie Mac. At the start of 2022, we were at 3%. So as you can see, we breached 7% in late 2022, and we're slowly drifting downward. So of course, higher interest rates, that's going to decrease demand, and that's going to slow down the real estate markets. So that's because with higher interest rates, it's going to be so much more expensive to borrow money to buy a home. So I want you to look at this. So this is the 3-year chart. This is the number of homes sold each month. It's fallen by 36.4% this December compared to last December. This is a result of higher interest rates. So clearly, activity in the real estate market is down, and it's down significantly. Now, I want to remind you that home prices are a function of supply and demand. So in this type of market, where we don't have many buyers, there's fewer buyers out there, that doesn't necessarily mean that home prices are going to collapse. If you want home prices to crash, then you need more sellers. You need more selling pressure than there is buying pressure. And we're not seeing that. Because we're not seeing a flood of new sellers, that's the reason we're not seeing home prices crash. So let's take a look at the supply side of the equation. As of December, there are 1.32 million homes listed for sale. That's a 14.6% improvement compared to last December. So it's true, more supply is coming online, but it's not like it's a flood of new inventory. Additionally, compare this December to pre-pandemic levels, December of 2019. Housing inventory is still down approximately 27%. So ultimately, demand is low, but then again, you have supply that is low as well. But I want you to see this. This is a 5-year chart. This shows the percentage of homes sold above list price. Right now, 23.1% of homes are selling above list price. So look how this has gone back down to pre-pandemic levels. So this is very good news for people that are looking to buy a home. So the crazy times of late 2020, all of 2021, and early 2022 are now gone. So sellers should be aware of this. So all of these stats that I showed you, these are based on national averages. And believe me, I get it. I understand that in some places, some areas, home prices are already down 15%, 20%, 30%. I get it. But you have to understand that in other areas, home prices are up significantly. So again, those figures, those are national averages. So the situation may be different for better or worse, depending on your area, your state, your city. And I'm gonna bring up the migration chart again. So this is the most up-to-date migration chart from Redfin. So the migration patterns have not changed since last month. California is still the #1 state that people are looking to get out of, and Florida is still the #1 state that people are looking to move into, followed by Texas. For the month of December, here are the top 10 cities that people are leaving. And yes, this did change from November. At number 10, you have Seattle. Seattle was not on this list last month, so welcome aboard. Seattle bumped Hartford, Connecticut off the list. At number 9, Detroit. Detroit was number 8 last month, so Detroit is showing improvements. Number 8, Denver has degraded to the 8th spot. 7, Louisville. 6, Boston. And number 5 is Chicago, holding steady at the 5 spot. Number 4, DC. And these last 3, they're holding strong. At number 3, New York City. 2, Los Angeles, and number 1, San Francisco. Now let's talk about real estate predictions for 2023. So here's the prediction from the National Association of Realtors, the NAR. They expect home prices to increase by 0.3% this year. So in other words, they expect home prices to remain flat. 0.3%, that's basically zero. NAR's chief economist said, and I quote, "Half of the country may experience small price gains. The other half may see slight price declines. However, markets in California may be the exception, with San Francisco, for example, likely to register price drops of 10 to 15% in 2023. Now, this is at least I thought that this is very important. The NAR expects that foreclosure rates to remain at historically low levels in 2023. Distressed sales, so we're talking about foreclosures and short sales, represented 1% of sales in December, which is that hasn't changed. It's very flat compared to 12 months ago. And you have to remember that most homeowners, they have an interest rate in the 3% range. And those are the people that bought their homes pre-pandemic, before home values went absolutely ballistic. So if we don't get the crazy amount of distressed sellers, then how is this housing market crash going to get started? Now, let me give you some other name brands. Goldman Sachs says the national home prices will fall by 2.6% in 2023. Goldman said, home sales appear poised to go higher. Mortgage purchase applications are up 9% so far in January from their October lows. Zillow is estimating home prices to fall by 1.1% this year. Freddie Mac projects that U.S. home prices will fall by 0.2% in 2023. CoreLogic is predicting that home prices will increase by 2.8%. Realtor.com is forecasting that home prices will increase by 5.4%. So honestly, predictions are all over the place. So let's talk about mortgage interest rates. Freddie Mac is projecting that mortgage rates will average 6.4% in 2023. Realtor.com is forecasting that mortgage interest rates will average 7.4%. That sounds very high. Mortgage Bankers Association, they're predicting average mortgage rates of 5.2% in 2023 and 4.4% in 2024. The consensus is that mortgage rates will be higher during the start and the middle of this year, but it's going to drop in the back half. Mortgage interest rates are expected to fall in 2024. So right now, interest rates have risen. That's because the Federal Reserve, they raised the Fed funds rates to fight inflation, right? So the higher interest rates, they've slowed down real estate activity. They've slowed down the real estate market to basically a grinding halt. There are less buyers because home affordability, it's at record levels, which is a bad thing. There are less sellers because the housing market has cooled down, and potential sellers, well, they just want to stay put. Well, most of them, because 85% of mortgage holders, they have locked in their interest rates at pre-pandemic levels. So many people watching this video, they probably have, a lot of people here, they probably have mortgage interest rates in the 3% range. I wouldn't be surprised to see people here with an interest rate sub 3%. And a lot of these people, especially those people, they're not motivated to sell. So people are not motivated to buy either. So the real estate activity, it's like everybody just went into hibernation pretty much. So I want to end with this. I predicted that home prices are going to fall 10 to 15%. We're currently down 9.8%. But again, you have to factor in seasonality because that accounts for approximately half of that. So this crash, it better happen swiftly, it better happen soon. Otherwise, I'm going to end up being right that this is not going to be the greatest housing market crash of our generation. That's because in 3 months, seasonality will reverse. And that's going to start to put upward pressure on home prices. Okay, so I hope this data and information has been helpful. If you disagree, please let me know in the comments down below. Please let me know why you think that a massive housing market crash is on the way. Please subscribe. I thank you for the support and wish you a very nice day. Take care.